Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a game that's been on my radar for quite some time now, While the Iron's Hot by Bontemps Games. This indie gem has been making waves with its unique gameplay mechanics and charming pixel art. So let's jump right in and explore what the game has to offer. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video for an exclusive one-on-one interview with Bontemps Games' own Arnaud Planche. Now, while the Iron's Hot is not fleshed out like, say, Stardew Valley, there was a lot of love and care that went into this game, and the future is very bright for this developer and this series. Now, what struck me like, while the Iron's Hot, no, it's too stilted. Now, what struck me like, while the Iron's Hot. Now, what struck me like, while the Iron's Hot is that the game is fantastic. The animations are amazing. This is definitely a callback to other similar types of games and even other Switch games like Arietta of Spirits, that are also on Steam. These games are excellent with their animation quality. Tons of pixel art has gone into this game. Tons of amazing different animations, and it's really like the ideal pixel art style for me. All of the icons and all the set pieces are painstakingly toiled over by the developers. The game lacks a little bit in lore, but it has allure to make up for that. It just draws you in. You want to know what's going to happen next, what you're going to craft next, what townsperson's going to order something next from you. And while there's not a ton of story, there's lots of puzzles. You can explore and, it'll offer these different puzzles and challenges as you go through this crafting adventure. And the crafting is super, super hyper-focused, which I also like. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about the overworld map. This is one of those things that I don't dislike it per se. You can kind of chop wood down on it, gather resources. You can travel around. It has a day-night cycle, which is really, really good. You can go from city to city, and there's several different cities. It is a little choppy and pacey. I noticed there was some frame pacing issues on the Switch version, in certain areas, and I think, that issue is not really present on PC, so hopefully it's something they can patch out. But overall, I think this game has the amazing potential to be the next Dead Cells, or other indie darlings on the Switch. They sell great. This game could sell millions of copies like Stardew Valley. It is completely possible, and I hope the developer continues to build on the foundation of what they've created. They've created a great blacksmithing simulation. This isn't something that we really have a lot of on the Switch. I know on PC there are other blacksmithing simulations, but generally speaking, the Switch is pretty limited on that. And I love it's hyper-focused on just that one element of crafting. It's great. I also thought the mini-games were extremely engaging. In fact, there's an option to disable them later on in the game through some mechanics, and I find I just like doing the mini-games. They're quite entertaining and very fun. But now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of this review. What are the pros? What are the cons? Should you buy this game? If you love a crafting simulation with a little bit of light story and some light RPG exploring elements, I think While the Iron's Hot would be an amazing fit for you. I mean, you can do various things, such as smelting iron, and you can even, polish some steel up. It just has a lot of little satisfying tasks that you can do on your way to building your catalog of blacksmith recipes and more. Here's the complete review list of pros. The animation and sprite work is top-notch in While the Iron's Hot, showcasing the dedication and talent of the team at Bontemps Games. The game features a variety of fun mini-games and a satisfying gameplay loop that will keep you hooked for hours on end. As a small indie team, Bontemps Games deserves all the support they can get, and you can show your support by purchasing the game on the Nintendo Switch, and the link will be in the comments below. One of the strengths of the game is that its hands-off approach, allowing players to explore the world at their own pace without feeling rushed. The music in the game sets the perfect tone for the environment, and while there's no voice acting, the sound effects are crisp and add weight to the crafting actions. I do have a list of cons. Like any game, While the Iron's Hot isn't without its flaws. Players have reported bugs and design issues, as well as frame pacing issues in certain areas of the game. And some players have also pointed out that certain cities' names are not shown on the map or when you zone in, which can be a bit confusing at times. Another minor issue is the characters bouncing on the open world map, which can be a bit jarring for some players. Additionally, the game lacks social and relationship building mechanics, such as marriage, which may disappoint players looking for deeper interpersonal interactions. With that being said, I'm going to give While the Iron's Hot by Bontemps Games a 9 out of 10. Now, I'm glad you stayed around to the end of the video because I have a bonus feature on this edition of the complete review. We were honored and privileged to be able to talk to the wonderful developer at Bontemps Games, one of two, Mr. Arnaud Planche. Now, I reached out to Arnaud on social media, and he was kind enough to answer some amazing questions for me. What inspired you to make While the Iron's Hot, Arnaud? I started working on this project as a means to learn pixel art, but after a few months, we realized it would be cool to make a game on the person making swords, rather than the one wielding them. At this time, Tiago joined me, took over the pixel art, and we made Bontemps Games to work on this adventure. Question 2. Can you tell us a bit about Bontemps Games and how it started? Arnaud. Bontemps Games started with me and my partner Tiago wanting to make games together. We spent our first 4 years on While the Iron's Hot, and now we're excited to work on more stuff in the same lighthearted vibe. Question 3. I absolutely love this game. Any plans for DLC or more content? Arnaud. I cannot deny or confirm yet, but it's definitely a franchise that I hope we'll get to work on more in the future. And boy, I hope so too. Question 4. Were there any challenges with bringing this game to the Nintendo Switch? Arnaud. Thanks to Humble Games, we had support to bring the game to all consoles. We knew that the Switch would be a great fit, so we worked hard to make sure everything ran smoothly. We hit a few bumps specific to the Switch, but we fixed them pretty quickly with our partners. Question 5. Are you working on other games? Will they come to the Switch too? Arnaud. Yeah, we're cooking up some new stuff. I'm pumped to show it off when I can. The Switch is awesome for our vibe, but we'll have to decide if future projects fit on a case-by-case basis. I wanted to once again thank Arnaud for taking the time to answer a few of my questions. I hadn't seen too many interviews with him out there, and I thought it would be great to get some more information out to the fans of this series, I hope. And there you have it, folks, a comprehensive guide to While the Iron's Hot by Bontemps Games. Despite its flaws, this game offers a unique and enjoyable experience that's worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of pixel art and indie games. Don't forget to support the developers by purchasing the game on the Nintendo Switch or your preferred platform of choice. Keep in mind the game is also on Game Pass. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, if you're enjoying these complete reviews and want to help the channel out, you can do so by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/the Mike Will Experiment.